Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 33 of our FTB OceanBlock Let's Play series, where, as you can see here, we are diving into Botania. So let's get started. All right, so jumping back in, updated the pack. We are currently on version 1.10.1. I just want to point out that I don't know if I had set this to dumping excess oxygen before, but it was not set. I swear I did this because it's what you do. You have to. And yeah, it was not set, so we were not producing anything. I mean, we were okay on power. We weren't hurting for power or anything at all, but it wasn't set, so we had ran out of hydrogen, and so nothing was running. Because I came up here to make sure everything was upgraded. I had some speed and energy upgrades for everything, and then I wanted to get the crushing factory tiered up. And yeah, it had no upgrades. So this was out of hydrogen and it wasn't producing any ethylene. And we were kind of just sort of back stuffed on everything. So yeah, just wanted to point out, I don't know if the update for some reason unchecked that. I guess we could find out if I go to this guy. No, it's set. It must have just been me. I must have completely forgot to check it when I moved it from over here to up there. I guess I just didn't do it. But anyway, so all of our machines have been upgraded to, their basic smelting factory form. They've also been upgraded with full speed and energy upgrades. So we're good to go there. I do want to go ahead and kick off some out of osmium. Did just load into the world. Yep. Let's go to here. And let's cycle our refined storage here real quick. Bing. Bong. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why sometimes it still does that, even though we have the button. Generally, that in the past, that's always fixed it for me, but it's not doing it now. So whatever. Advanced tier upgrades. Let's get 10 of those and kick those off. Because, well, I just want to get them going, so that way we can get these guys all taken care of. I actually need 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 of these. So let's kick off another one, and it'll just speed up all of these just that much faster, so we don't have to worry about it even that much more. Because yeah, man, these are still slow. I mean, they're fast, but they're slow. Like, let's get faster. It also could be a part of that could be because of our crafter here is only able to put in, one at a time. What if we got some speed upgrades? Like, can we afford a stack of those? No, we don't have enough quartz enriched essence. You kidding me? What if we did, 16 of them? We can definitely afford 16 of these. I can't believe we're like low on quartz enriched essence seeds. I guess so, though. We only have 400. Anyway, tier upgrades is what I was working on. So let's get these. I want to upgrade all of these guys to advanced tier so they can, do the thing. And it's gonna kick on the enriching factory because these all have a bigger buffer now. And then we can go ahead and upgrade all these just so things can run even faster. Because like I said, we have like 30,000 RF to play with before we even need to consider adding more to that PRC, so I'm not too concerned about it. But the speed upgrades are going to be nice. Now, yes, instead of doing speed upgrades, I could absolutely do higher tier of crafters, because look, you can see this goes from 1x to 5x, which means this will be able to insert 5 items at a time. Is it going to be necessary? Potentially in the future. We may upgrade these guys to like the gold tier, which already does 5x, or the diamond tier even. We'll see what happens. For now, I think we're going to be okay leaving it like this. These guys are upgraded. These guys are fully upgraded, which, to be honest, I don't even know if these need to be upgraded with stack and speed upgrades, because they're really not getting that much in them, because we're not really, we're producing a lot of stuff down here, but we're not really doing a whole lot of stuff. I really need to work on upgrading these to netherite, but it's going to require a rearrangement of things, because the netherite ones require power, and getting power to these guys is going to be a pain. So I'm trying to think of how we can do that, because we have to get water piped into them too. And you can really only, if I want to keep them side by side, I really don't have access to the sides of them at all. The back has to be the input for the drawer. can I put the power in through the top? I don't think so, because it has to render this block, so it actually doesn't accept power. The only other place that may accept power would be this section. You know what? We can actually test that out, and then maybe that will kick off us upgrading to netherite. Let's do this and then get a flux point. And this is just, we're going to have it unnamed. It doesn't matter. It's just going to be a test for us here. If I put the power here, does it connect? And no, look, it does not. Even if I select, the output network, it won't connect there. It has to be here or in the back. See, look, he's getting power. Keep in mind, these things have like a 20 million RF buffer in them, or like 40 million, 10. Yeah, that looks like about like an 80 million RF buffer inside of this guy. So, but yeah, it can either be on the back, the sides, the bottom, and that's it. So it's just going to make things a little bit more complicated. The only other thing I could think maybe we could do to do it is entangled. I believe entangled is in this pack. Yes, we could set up an entangled block and entangle these so we could get the power. The entangled block is awesome. It basically makes a phantom block of whatever block you attach it to, and you can, access all sides of that block, and it's like a ghost version of a specific machine or block. Possibly. Kind of trying to think of where we could do that and set up those entangled. I mean, I guess we could set them up here. Anyway, that's future episode. That's tech, and we're not working on tech today, are we? I promised that we were going to start working on something else, and that something else is going to be Botania. Of course, we're going to start diving into Botania. I think between Blood Magic and Botania, I'll get more usage out of Botania at right now, because I can get like the Sojourner Sash and stuff like that. And then we can dive into Blood Magic. I think we're going to do it back to back. We'll do two rounds of magic mods, because really, to be honest, there's not much else magic wise. So once we crank these out, we're kind of sort of getting towards the end game of the pack. We just really need to start diving into draconic, which is going to require a ton of power. So we're going to dive deeper into mechanism. So if you weren't ready for a tech pack, well, you're watching the wrong playthrough, because this is definitely going to be a tech oriented pack, because there's not much else in it. Mana Steel Seeds is fantastic, since I just said we were going to dive into Botania. So I'm going to go ahead and we're actually just going to plant these. Farmland. Let's see, you are tier 2, aren't you? Yeah, 1, 2. I need tertium farmland. Know what I've never done is taught the system how to downcraft, which is something I need to do. Let's go mystical essence. So you have inferium, but you need to know how to make inferium, actually, because all inferium gets pumped into the system. And that may be an issue, because all inferium gets pumped into the crafters. We may have to set some sort of always keep so much on hand. But anyway, we'll do this. So prudentium, this is prudentium. Tertium, imperium, and supremium. And eventually I'm going to teach the system how to make the insanium, which is why I'm adding a supremium recipe to this, because we'll just have the crafter over here keep the supremium and then just craft it into insanium, because we have quite a bit of supremium we can craft into insanium, and then we could use insanium to do insane things that I have no idea what. Another star crux for certain crafting stuff, the awakened draconium crux, nitro crystal, dragon eggs, all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to assume the singularities. Yeah, definitely. This looks like the mystical agriculture singularity, a creative essence. Anyway, so what was I doing? I wanted to plant those seeds real quick before we dove into whatever mod it is that I said we're doing right now. Botania. Yeah. Where's my hoe? Okay. So tertium farmland, and we can just pop downstairs to our Botania area, or our mystical agriculture area. Any empty botany pots? Not particularly. How much of this chorus fruit do we have? 570 chorus fruit and some more flowers. I don't know if that's going to be enough, to be honest, overall. Anything else I can cut out? The problem with cutting things out is that eventually we're going to run into, oh, we're going to need all this stuff for the singularities. And yeah. I guess I just need to add another botany pot to this, don't I? I just realized I added one here, and then but this one came on the corner here. All right, I'll get to this in between episodes. It's not too big a deal, and we need to get started. Let's sleep and get started with Botania. So the first thing that we're gonna have to do with Botania is get some flowers. We're gonna take a look into our inventory and see what we have, but I'm not predicting that we have a lot from Botania other than a whole bunch of miscellaneous gizmos and gadgets. But if we look at Botania, as expected, not a lot. We do have a bunch of petals or of just various type, gray, lime, and yellow, which is great, but we don't have much else. So we need to get more. We have some Terra Steel, which is nice. That'll help speed us up. Mana Steel, Ring of Magnetization. Okay, so what do we need to do? Well, we need to get some floral fertilizer. Floral fertilizer is a bone mealy type thing that allows us to get the Botania flowers that we're going to need. I have a bunch of bone meal, so we can easily get white dye. I also have dye essence, so it's not going to be too big a deal. Okay, so let's pop down here, and basically we just need to grow this, and we're going to get Botania flowers. Woo, magical. Break it, grow it, break it, grow it. And I can kind of just spam click, break. Spam, click, break. And what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is actually make the seeds for Botania, so we can just craft any of these flowers that we need on demand at any point. Which I think is a good idea. Because, mystical agriculture is in here, and we can do that. So let's finish this up. Bam. Okay. And we got, we pretty much got every flower that's going to be in Botania. And I think we did get everyone in about at least 20 of each. But mystical agriculture has the flower essence from this. I cannot remember the name of it, though. I'm trying to see if it stands out to me. Isn't it like mystical? Isn't it like mystical essence? Yeah, mystical flower essence. Bam. It's the mystical flower. So these seeds, that's what we want to bookmark. The seeds are going to consist of mystical flower agglomeratio, which is 4 of any flower. And then everything else is pretty easy, right? Yeah, prudentium. It's going to give me 4. And then we just need prosperity seeds. And it figures we are out of prosperity seeds. So we need wheat and prosperity shards. We actually don't have a lot of wheat. And this goes with no heat. And we can make 16 of those. And we're good. Okay. So that is everything there. Probably should plant like wheat seeds so we can get regular wheat, but yeah, we'll figure it out. So you and you, and that's going to get us all the flowers that we could ever need for Botania, so we don't have to worry about it. And again, I will plant these in between episodes. We really need to rework our mystical agriculture area here. I'm just debating, so here's the thing. End game is going to require a lot of essences. I've been looking through and been doing a little bit of reading on the Discord for the end game for Botania, or for this pack. Couple things, like we got wheat seeds. How convenient that we get wheat seeds when we needed wheat seeds. And again, another reward, an obsidian boat. But yes, these end games. So from what I understand, if we wanted to make every single creative item, right, what we would need is 150 of each of these essences. And I'm not ready for that. There's no way. 150 cast iron essences is going to be like 15,000. More than that. A lot. Freaking like 1.5 million. Something like that. I don't know. Crazy amounts of cast iron. And then the same thing's going to apply for each one of these things. And I'm not about that life. That's a lot. So we're not going to most likely get through every single, we're not going to be getting these. My goal is to shoot for one creative item. We'll see if we even get there. Some of these things, most likely we should be able to, but like Terra Steel, that's going to be like, that's a pain to set up. That's a lot of mana from Botania. It's just a lot to do. Like Botania mana generation is a pain for to be able to get 1,500 nuggets of Terra Steel. Like, yeah, just some of these are like a little bit crazy. So we'll see where we end up. Yeah, like 1,500 Supremium. I mean, we can do that with botany pots, but like, is there Terra Steel seeds? Terra Steel essence. There is Terra Steel essence. So most of it is going to be gated behind mystical agriculture, in which you have to get these, and then you're going to want to get into draconic, and then you're going to want to get into the pots, the botany pots, but like they're the Mark II or whatever. Yeah, the power pots. And like these take like 50,000 RF per tick to grow, but it's got like a super insanely fast growth time. And then obviously as you get to Mark IV, I think these ones take like 300,000 RF per tick, but it grows like instant, like 400 of them in a tick or something like that. I don't know. It's ridiculous. So, I mean, it makes it easier, but yeah, you got to get to that point. Anyway, so we need to rework this. This is probably going to end up going into a compact machine that we're going to just layer, rows of botany pots with chests and hooked up into an ender chest and do all that. So that's coming in a future episode. For now, though, we're going to leave it as is, and we'll work with it until we can do something. Anyway, Botania. We've talked long enough about other stuff. Let's dive into the meat of things. So Botania. Let's go pop over into our quest book and see. Okay, so we have our floral fertilizer. Our next step is to get ourselves a Petal Apothecary. And this is going to be what crafts us everything that we need. And it starts us out by getting our Pure Daisy. The Pure Daisy is the central item in Botania. It is what you're going to need to craft it, pretty much everything else. So what do we need for a Pure Daisy? Well, we're going to need some mystical white flowers. And we can go ahead and bookmark our Pure Daisy. Because we're going to need probably 2 of these, but all we're going to need is 4 white petals, the Petal Apothecary with some water, and we should be good. So let's get the Petal Apothecary. Just require some cobblestone slabs. Bam. And any kind of petal. We had some yellows available to us, so we can go ahead and use those. And we'll grab 4 petals. We're also going to need some seeds, specifically wheat seeds. We're actually going to want 2 of these Pure Daisies. We'll see, actually. Yeah, we'll see. We might use, we'll see how this ends up. Okay, so there is the wheat seeds, mythical petal flowers, and we're also just going to need a bucket of water. Can we enchant the bucket of water with like infinity? Is that a thing in this pack? So we can just have an infinite bucket on us. I know some of the past packs have allowed us to. It would be kind of convenient. But no, nothing shows up there. So no infinity for you. Anyway, Botania is a grassy mod. You need plants. It's a bio-organic tech mod or magic mod. It's a tech mod disguised as a magic mod is what I would say. But anyway, grass, Botania, this area works great for that. So let's go ahead and take our stuff, and we're going to throw in our mystical white petals, and you just throw them in there and then throw in your seeds, get a nice sound, and you get your Pure Daisy. Now for the Pure Daisy, what I generally tend to do is set it up so that we can quickly, man, this flux board is so fast. I don't think we're gonna be able to plant this there. Oh no, we can. Okay, cool. So what I do is set this up like this, And the pure daisy is going to require 2 different items. So we're going to need stone. So I tend to set it up like this. And then, as I predicted, I don't know why I didn't in the first place. We should have just made another pure daisy. Eventually, we can get down to 1 when we get enough back stuffing of all these items. And then we can just, halvesy one of these sections. But we're going to need a bunch of resources for it. So we'll just do it now. So you are going to go there, but we're going to go ahead and break all this just in case I break it. And then logs. Any kind of log will do. We can do oak. And we have some stone on us. So we're going to just go ahead and plop all this down. And that's going to bother me. I don't have my mattock on me. I have another one though, apparently. Bam. Okay. So then what? Well, we're going to grab our iron wand. I thought I had a better wand in here. And this is going to bother me that this isn't grass. Do I have any grass blocks? No. Well, that's going to be grass by the end of this episode, or well, in between episodes, that will end up being grass. I will bridge this, let that grow grass so that it can be there. But anyway, so what I do is this, and then it's going to place the blocks for you automatically, and then you can just vein mine to harvest it all. So what the pure daisy is going to do is going to convert all this. You see the little particle effects. That means it's working. And it's going to convert the logs into living wood, and it's going to convert the stone into living rock. The beautiful thing is that we can tick accelerate it if I get another wand, because that one is going to break on me. So let's just go ahead and get ourselves a diamond wand. I don't have any sticks. Diamond wand. So that way we can do the thing quickly, and then we can tick accelerate. We don't need these on our hotbar because it will automatically pull from our inventory. We can just do. And you can see there, it did the thing. So we can vein mine it up, and we can plant some more. And then we can vein mine this up, and we can place some more. I said plant earlier, but we're placing. Same thing. But I always get backwards on which one's which. My hotkeys get all switched around. Bam, there's living rock. And bam. Now, can you automate this? Absolutely. And we probably will once we get set up here. Refined storage makes the automation of this actually really easy with the refined storage constructor. The constructor and the destructor, right? So what we can do is set up a constructor and a destructor, and we can have, the destructor on the bottom and the constructor on the top of this block, or however we decide we want to do it. And we'll have the constructor place stone and the destructor break living rock. And so it will just automatically place stone, get living rock, place stone, get living rock, all automated, all fancy for us. It just, just got to wait for the pure daisy to do its thing. And we can control that if we want with a detector that will send a redstone signal to it to shut it off. And we can do the same for the living wood. Easy peasy once we get to it. So, yeah, we'll see. My goal this playthrough of Botania, because we've done it in our past, actually all of our Let's Plays except for Better Minecraft. I want to automate Botania as much as we can. I have ideas for, automating this. We got the runic altar. I've seen some great ideas for automating the production of runes, because I love Botania. It is a great mod, but sometimes it is a pain to play because of, the lack of automation with it and everything, and having to manually do stuff. Again, I'm a tech-oriented person. I want automation. I want stuff to be done for me, not me do all the work. Right? Right. Next step, we need a mana pool. Mana pool is made with our fancy new living rock that we created. So we're going to go ahead and get one of those. And then from there, our quest is going to branch out. Creating mana is on our own. This isn't going to tell us how to do it. So we need to figure out how are we going to create mana. Well, if we go and grab our Akashic Tome. Great. Unless it's in my backpack. Okay, it is. Because if it was named one of the books, we may not have been able to find it. So if you go in the Lexicon of Botania, it's going to tell you all about Botania. But what we want to look at is the generating flora. At this stage of the game, we have two options. We have the endoflame and the hydrangeas. The hydrangeas suck up water in an area and convert it into mana. And then the endoflames generate mana from any kind of burnable block. Generally, coal or charcoal is the best to use. And that's the way we're going to go because the hydrangeas do not generate a lot of mana at all. So we're going to go ahead and use the endoflames to generate our first bit of mana. But we're going to do that next episode. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. What's the cost of endoflames? We should be able to make one of these, and then we'll set them up next episode because I'm going to make quite a few of them so we can get this kick started. So we need 2 brown, a gray, and a red. So 2 brown, red, and we should be able to look up gray. So 2 brown, 1 gray, and a red. Then we're going to need another seed. And I need to get seeds taken care of. So I'm going to plant some wheat seeds in between episodes too. So that way we can have these growing because 20 ain't going to cut it. And I need my bucket back. Drop you. Really? That was the wrong button. Drop you. Excuse me, sir. Did I miss something? 2 brown, a red, a light gray. It's light gray. Keep in mind you can plant your petals and they will grow. So I just planted that somewhere around here. Where? I'm not entirely sure. I planted it here. When you do that, if you plant that, you can actually get bone meal and you can grow it. And it's going to grow into a tall. And if you get shears, you can actually break off the top part and it doubles your petals. So if you're low on a petal, you can do that to get them back. But we're not necessarily low. I just need to get the light gray and then apparently another brown. And then light gray. And now I should be able to do this, and then this. And there we go. We have the endoflame. So all we have to do is put this here and get ourselves a mana spreader. Which is living wood, gold, any kind of petal. And there we go. So actually, let's go ahead and place this guy like over here. We can put the mana spreader here. And then the last thing we're going to need real quick is the wand of the forest. And that is just some living wood twigs, which is 2 pieces of living wood. And then any kind of petal, doesn't matter. Just let it pick whatever it wants. And that is your tool from Botania. That has 2 modes, function and bind mode. Right now, we need it to be on bind. So we're going to click this guy and bind it to the mana spreader. We're going to bind the mana spreader to the mana pool. So now this guy's going to generate mana. It's going to go into the spreader and put it in the pool. So if I get a block of coal or a piece of coal, let's do a block. And I realize now I should have coal set up in a compacting drawer, but I don't, so it's okay. But if I put that down, it's going to eat it. If we look at it with our wand, we can right click, it generated mana. It's in the mana spreader. It's generating its mana. So as it's on fire here, it's generating mana from that coal, putting it into the mana spreader, and the mana spreader is putting it into our mana pool. And there we go. First bits of mana generated. Let's go ahead and see what quests we have that we can complete. If we get anything good, oak logs, laser lenses, uncommon, and yeah, we basically got nothing that helps us at all. It's the trick of the trade, though, I guess. Sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you don't. What are you gonna do? But anyway, that's your basics getting into Botania. Next episode, we'll continue. We're going to work on getting runes, automating the runic altar. In between episodes, I'm going to set up more of these endo flames so we can get them going, get us some mana back stuff, get all of our seeds planted, and get ourselves going. So if you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.